Alright, so right here for London, I have annotated the 1 hour bearish fair value gap after it has taken out stop hunts and it is closing below this up close candle that took out this swing high. Overall, we are in a choppy market conditions, so I would only be looking for the previous session's highs and lows. Alright, unless we can draw near to the previous day's low. Right here for NQ, it's the same as ES. Okay, moving on into the 15 minutes time frame, we do have a bearish 15 minutes fair value gap up here. Personally, I don't think it's gonna come up there, but we are right now in the macro. So usually for 3 AM London session, we get some form of Judas swing, right? Most of the time, not all, but most of the times. So I wouldn't be comfortable entering any positions before 3 AM, right? Just to be clear, it can at 3 AM punch it up into this level here before another sell-off. Right, so I'm just being really cautious here. Targets is here, relative equal lows, Asia's low. Right. Now, if all things goes well, this should be left open. We're not supposed to trade up here at this point in time because we have taken out this swing low here, and you really want to see price close below this swing low, or sorry, not this one, but this one, this swing low here for this particular candle that is going to end in 8 minutes. Right, so if you take a look at the 5 minutes, we have a volume imbalance. This is the 15 minutes fair value gaps high. We have volume imbalance, and we have this inefficiency, this fair value gap as well. So there is always a possibility of price coming back up into this level here and then take out the stops right here before lower prices. That is always possible at this environment right now. Right, overall we're in accumulation. We are still trading within Asia's range, so just keep in mind things can get a little bit more like high resistance liquidity run conditions. I mean, TP, Euro. Right, let's take a look at Euro. Yeah, I just marked this out today. So due to the stop hunt, and then we have this not mad for session highs trades, right? Taking out Asia's low and then after that swinging back up into Asia's high. Not bad. Okay, let's see this one. Personally, I would like to see speed below this low here. Probably 3 AM is going to give the push down into this relative equal lows. We shall see. I'm not too concerned about missing this trade here, but we could do something like taking out the lows and then reversing higher, because it's Thursday. Thursdays tends to provide retracements or reversals, so I'm just waiting for that. The previous day's high is actually a daily fair value gap, so that could be a draw on liquidity as well. At the same time, if we are to take out these lows, we would be below today's opening price, so we would be in deep discount. We would be below the midnight opening price as well. That is also another deep discount. So for context, ES is more bearish than NQ, so I would assume ES to be able to draw into the previous day's low more easily than NQ, right? If we are able to close below this swing low here, this consecutive up close candles will be the bearish order block. Right, so for NQ it's this one. There's 2 consecutive up close candles. Alright, so here comes the 3 AM's volatility. I am wondering if they are going to leave the equal lows. But if everything is going to go smoothly, this lows should be tagged by this candle here. There you go. The classic high resistance liquidity runs. This high should be kept intact if I want to see any lower prices. So at most I am giving it up till this fair value gap here. I'm going to mark that fair value gap's low, and then I'll be dropping down into the lower time frames. Keep the targets right here. What's it? One minute time frame. You see how NQ is having this relative equal highs here. Let's see if this fair value gap offers a buy into this buy side liquidity. And obviously I wouldn't be trading this because my bias is towards the downside. So I am waiting for price to purge this highs and then shift lower. We have reached up into the 15 minutes fair value gap for ES. But it hasn't really traded into this volume imbalance yet. Alright, if you look closely, we have just tapped the low 5524.25, the high of this candle 5524.25. Usually for volume imbalances, the wicks tends to go past it, like what ICT likes to call it, the mohawk. So I would like to see that. I don't like to see this as a reaction of the volume imbalance. Alright, to me this is like a trap. Okay, it's gonna come back up one more time. That's what I think. Let's see if it happens. We have this fair value gap for ES as well. and above that volume imbalance we actually have a swing high. So yeah, there you go. Alright, so on the 5 minutes, as you can see, we have traded up all the way into this inefficiency here. So right now, I'm waiting to see if we get any displacement lower. Right, for NQ as well, we have traded into this inefficiency on the 5 minutes. If it trades above this high, then the short idea will be invalidated. Right, because over here you can see that it's SMT highs as well. This is the issue with the 3 AM's volatility. If I'm ever in a position before 3 AM, I would enter 3 AM flat, right? That's the time for the cut loss, and anything after 3 AM, you just have to watch the price. So we have left Asia's low. If we are about to trade above this high, we would be leaving Asia's low, and maybe leave it for the AM session later on, if it wants to do so, because we have 3 news drivers today: 8:15, 8:30, and 10 AM. If it wants to do so, it's more than welcome to do so. But if everything is aligned in sync, we should not really trade above these highs. If you take a look at the 1 hour, we have closed below the 1 hour fair value gap on the previous hour candle, right? Coming back up, running these highs just shows you that the price is not going to, it is unwilling to expand anywhere, and we're probably going to chop around during the London session, which probably means that there won't be any trades. So over here as well, you can see that there is SMT on the highs, SMT on the highs, and then there is SMT on the lows as well. So when you have SMTs on the highs and lows, it is indicating to you that the environment is really not the best for trading, especially scalps, because you are going to get chopped up really fast in this type of whipsaw environment. So we took out the previous candle's low, and then right now we are looking for the previous candle's high. This is also indicative of seek and destroy. It's better to stay out of such market conditions. Just look at it go. We've taken out these highs. right? So at this point in time, I am probably going to sit out. I'm not going to try to do anything during the London session, and I will just wait for New York AM session, right? And let's take a look at Euro. We have the 3 AM manipulation as well, right? So if everything goes according to script, we should not be trading below this inversion fair value gap, so stop losses should be below here, and this breaker should support the price to go higher. So the breaker, let's give it a gradient measurement. Right here we have just tagged into the 50%. Right, and you want to see speed towards the upside. What is the contracts looking like for the futures? Let's take a look. Oops, it doesn't support. Okay. Right, we can just watch it. How come it doesn't support? Oh, it didn't log in? Oh, okay. It's on the other Euro. What's the 6? E6? Oops. Euro USD. Euro USD. Yep. This one. Let's take a look. Let's just say I'm looking for this into this. What is the risk looking like? 7. Right, interesting. So I can actually trade this next time. Right now it's looking more clean. I mean cleaner than the index futures for Euro. Okay. So let me just draw up the charts here. Doodling the charts for Euro. Daily fair value gap. 1 hour. We have this volume imbalance though on the 1 hour. Taken out Asia's high with this candle. 5 minutes. Closing above this would validate this consecutive down close candles as the order block. Well, but it's looking really spotty here for the futures contract. I'll just stick to the 50 minutes. This consecutive down close candles is also the order block. 25%, not too bad. Alright, so let's see if we can close above this. Well, I'll just take a look at the indices here. Five minutes. That's like a 50 handle run. Yeah. Ridiculous. Personally, I don't really want to see a stop hunt one more time. I don't really want to see that. I would like to see this as the swing low, and I would like to see price starts to close above this down close candle. Alright. For this candle, closing above the opening price is good, but for the guaranteed, I would like to see it close above the high. And once it does so, we should expand towards the daily fair value gap. This right here is the 1 hour invalidation as well. I mean, not invalidation, but more like a inversion fair value gap, but it's not very clean. Alright. The good thing is we have closed above. This is the rejection block. I'm gonna mark it. Yep. 15 minutes. Rejection block. What is it doing on 5 minutes? 4, 3, 2, 1. Don't really want to see any body candles closing below this inversion on the 1 minute. I mean, if it is going to be that precise, because we're really near the short-term objective, which is this rejection block, and then we are this draw here. Yeah, I don't really want to see closing prices body candles below this inversion at this point in time. It can wick through it, but I don't really want to see it close below, and then we should just keep on spooling higher. That would be the best. Other than that, yep, no comments. ES and NQ as well, which is we should see the Asia's high taken out. So this is the Asia's high for NQ. Right now we have this SMT on the lows, and then we have this consecutive down close candles that would be the bullish order block to send the price higher. This 1 hour inversion fair value gap should be utilized as support. Right here. Asia's high. This one is the opening price. I'm gonna mark the opening price for Euro as well. Let's see where we are. Yep, we should, if we ever come back down, this level here has to support the price. We have 5 more minutes. This candle better give me an up close candle. If not, I'm going to abandon the bias. Right, so if we were to take this as the range high and range low, it doesn't look good, right? It's trading a higher and higher, and then it's not able to close above it. That is not good. Right, I do understand that we have a 1 hour volume imbalance down below here, down below this swing low, but if it comes back down, it's just telling you that it's high resistance liquidity runs for Euro as well. Sucks to be trading today. Right, so if I get a closing price below the daily opening price, I'll abandon this entire bias, and yeah. It couldn't even trade up into the rejection block. Alright, so NQ, it's giving off a very good reaction here. If you look at the 5 minutes, this is a fair value gap. You have the breaker here as well. This is a nice reaction. on the 1 minute. This consecutive down close candles, I think it's a good trade setup here. Let's reconsider. I mean, if you take a look at euro, it's not the best. Right, let's see. Fibs 25%. Stops here. Target Asia's high. That is 2R. I'll wait on the 30 seconds, right? Because I don't trust the current market conditions. $15 seconds. Yeah, 15 seconds. Are we waiting for a change in the state of delivery on the 15 seconds? Right, because I'm utilizing the 1 minute. Is it a 1 minute? Yeah, the 1 minute bullish order block. It can trade to 50%, it can trade to 75%, right? I don't know. So to limit the risk, I'll be watching the 15 seconds. We don't have a stop hunt yet on the 15 seconds so far. I don't consider this as a stop hunt. So I'm waiting for a stop hunt. 5 seconds? Yeah. Equal lows. Okay, now we have a stop hunt. Let's see if he wants to shift higher. Okay, once we get a closing price above, I'll enter long. What is the... Yeah, over here. It has to close above the high. Basically the daily open. I'm gonna use the volume imbalance here. Okay. Oh, what? 16? No, 8. You can just run without me, and I'm totally fine with that. We have a 30 seconds fair value gap right here. Right, I'm gonna use this inversion. Right, if you can see, this was the fair value gap that made this lower low. So if it drops back in, I'll have the entry. If it does not, then it's just gonna run straight towards the objective, which is totally fine. Really bullish, huh? At this point in time, I don't think it should. I mean, if it can't close another candle above this candle's high, I don't think it's gonna come back down into this inefficiency. Right, so I'm watching. ES has already taken out the Asia's high. Why is it at 16? Right, so because we have closed above this candle's high, I don't think it's going to come back down into this inefficiency. At most, it's just going to give like an immediate rebalance of the high. That's what I think of this high here. And then it's going to continue higher. Interesting. If this candle does not expand away above this high, there is a chance that it's gonna come back down, okay? Judging from the current strength, that is what I see. Oops, 30 seconds. Alright, so because all of this is pretty much balanced, the only inefficiency that we have is this volume imbalance down here, which I don't think it's gonna run through all this volume, all this balanced price range to get here and then expand higher. That shows weakness. So on 1 minute, it's not looking good. We're not able to close above 50% of this down close candle yet. Too much, reading in too much on the candlesticks. Alright, I don't like this, so I'm just gonna lower my risk. If you take a look at 5 minutes, trading all the way into my entry is gonna be like an immediate rebalance on the 5 minutes. So I'm a little bit skeptical of that, because if I wanted to have strength, I would like to see fair value gaps. We have 3 more minutes. Fair value gaps indicates that there is strength towards the upside. If there is no fair value gaps at all, it has a time limit on it, right? Over here on the left, there is a couple of inversions. These inversions should support the price higher if we ever completely close up this supposed possible fair value gap here. Euro is looking really bad here. Closing back inside the range. If you look at the 50 minutes. But on the other hand, we have tagged the volume imbalance. Personally, I think this is the last chance for price to go higher during this session. Okay, during the London session. Right, so let's take a look at the 5 minutes and then on the 1 minute. Yeah. At this point, what I'm thinking is that it's probably going to draw into this fair value gap. All right, let's see. Okay, it's having some difficulty. I'm gonna remove the line here. The moment NQ trades above this high, it should start teleporting towards the Asia's high. Yep, there you go. Oh, if it comes back down here, that's high resistance liquidity runs. I don't want to see that if I'm in a long position. Volume imbalance, order block. I think there is a stop hunt on the lower time frames if I'm not wrong. Yeah, there is. 15 seconds. Stop hunts and then shift bullish. This is another order block here. Drops into the order block and then continues higher. There you go. There you go. Come on now. Right, the 5 minutes fair value gap has been formed, but the thing about this is that we have closed above this candle's high, so we're probably not going to get this retracement and then higher. We're probably not going to get that, but it can prove me wrong, man. It can prove me wrong. If we were to trade below here, then we're dropping in here. Let's see if I can get filled, right? Because NQ is the one that is more bearish, so you're going to anticipate that retracements are to be more stronger in nature as compared to ES. Right, if you were to compare ES and NQ, you don't really have strong retracements. Towards the upside, yeah, towards the upside. Alright, so ICT says that once you see like the opening price of this consecutive upclose candle is traded 2, which this is what we have right here, we should see this as the bearish order block. Right, I'm just speaking from this without any context, right? Because just based on the price action alone. And then the other thing is that once the rejection block is traded 2 and it breaks lower, shifting bearish, that should indicate that price wants to do like a retracement sort of thing. Let's see if this is true. So right now we have traded to the rejection block, and let's see if we close below this green candle. I think once we close below the green candle, we should anticipate some form of retracements into the inefficiency down here. So I'm gonna mark the green candle. And I'm gonna remove this. I'm just gonna mark the green candle. This is without context, right? Because if you have context, you wouldn't be trying to short this because you have this target right up here. Okay. As of now, we have not shifted bearish. Just keep in mind, because we have not closed below this green candle here. I'm excited to see it close below so that I can test this theory. Alright, looks like we're getting there. Alright. So for ICT, he says that the wick is a form of entry if you see something like this and when it's at the highs. Alright, so basically without context, this is what is happening right now. So let's see. Yeah, another 10 more seconds. Okay, we should be in the 15 seconds chart here. So over here, this candle, as long as it closes below the green, this red line here, we are bearish. Okay, so shorts would be at this volume imbalance, and you'll look for the 1 minute fair value gap right here. We're relative equal lows right now. Okay, so this volume imbalance, all this are possible entries. Let's see if it gives it, and then after that we trade lower. No, it did not. Have we tagged? No, okay, we still have a chance. The objective is here, and the time frames are too fast. It's too slow. Okay, so all these are possible entries, and your stops would be above this candle here. Best entries will be, of course, this order block. I'm gonna use this order block as the entry. So technically, the entry will be here, and then your stops will be above this order block, and you're looking for price to trade into this 1 minute fair value gap and this volume imbalance down here. That would be the terminus for me, okay, if I were to be in this particular trade. Also, the other thing is that this is a 5 minutes fair value gap. Right? We have tagged into it, but as long as it's not IOFED, we can still trade lower. Hypothetical trades. Taking hypothetical trades. Alright. Volume balance. Stop hunt. I'm gonna put the fib on this on the block here. I'm gonna see if it closes above the 50%, then this would be a valid stop hunt, and then we would be shifting bullish to the Asia's high. Let's see if we can get a close. Alright, so we're closing above 50%. What's the risk here? I'm not trying to play this setup. I'm just watching to see what is the risk to reward. Not too good. What about here? Not the best. 1.6. Volume balance. 1.9. Possible. But this volume balance here is your inversion. Let's see if it wants to just drop it one more time into this entry here. This is the lowest that I would go for my entry. Let's see if we get that. Alright, we are hypothetically tagged in. Price has to run right now. To me, this is like a stop hunt. This right here, this swing low. Let me remove the fibs. Right, this is a stop hunt. It has to run now. We have not closed above this on the block here. One more time. Oof. What just happened? Oh yeah, we are in the macro right now. 350. Let's go. Let's hit my limit and then go higher. If you would be so kind to do so. Okay. Just having fun here. 1 hour. Ooh. Alright, I'm gonna go to the washroom. I'll be back in about 5 minutes. Alright, I'm back. Where is the price now? Moving around aimlessly during the macro. Come on now, move to the Asia's high so that I can end the stream. How could I have missed this entry here? Too slow, maybe. Too slow. My hands are moving too slow. Let's go. Let's go. You have your order block here. This right here is a fair value gap, but it's not that clean though. Look at the wick. And you have a small tiny little fair value gap here with the order block. Let's see. We are in the macro, so technically price should spoil not doing this. Let's take a look at Euro. Oh, is that micro? Chop. Real chop. I think I saw a 15 minutes fair value gap on NQ. Let's see. Let me shift that back to ES. 15 minutes, no, 2 more minutes for this candle to form. Ah, it lines up nicely with this inversion. This is not too bad actually. Watch out for this low here. There might be a chance. If we can close below this candle low, then we should return down into this low here. Okay, we're close below. Don't want to see any candle bodies closing above 50% to validate this point here. $92, $96. I wanted to go short, but it's okay. I have to keep my hands to myself. Don't try to trade in all the directions. Right, we have a fair value gap. That would be a nice shorting opportunity. Take it down into the 15 minutes fair value gap down here. I am so glad that I have kept my hands to myself. Now this order block here should not be violated. I'm just annotating the 50%. Okay. It is just chopping around. Looks boring. Return back into this 1 minute fair value gap. NQ is so lethargic. let's just remove all the unnecessary annotations and focus. Euro is like having a PTSD moment here. I mean, look at the look at the 5 minutes and the 50 minutes. Return back down all the way, take out this stop here, and then reverse tire. Man. Okay, we're trading into that 50 minutes family gap. I will be waiting on a 1 minute. Alright, 15 minutes rejection block met on EU. Let's see if you can give me an overextension into my buy limit. So if you take a look at the 50 minutes, oh, maybe I should put it slightly higher, like right here at the lower end of this inverse fair value gap. Maybe I'll stand a better chance. Alright, I'm tagged in. Let's see if we have a change in the state of delivery on the 30 seconds. Then I can permit. Oh, it went down all the way into my entry. Okay, I really want to see the daily open support the price higher. Alright, I'm watching this inverse the fair value gap right here. It's better if I can get another stop hunt. If we close above this inverse the fair value gap, I'm gonna use it as a stepping stone. Okay. Oh wait, what? Fill 3? Okay. So stop. I'm putting down here. I want to see immediate feedback, reaction, and all these things. I want to see low resistance liquidity runs. Okay. If it comes here and stops me out, that's it. Because if you look at the 1 minute, we have fully overlapped this fair value gap here. I don't want to see it trade below this fair value gap again, right? Alright, I'm taking this as a stop hunt on this low right here. Let me just remove this. Okay, moving my stops to this. Closed above. Buy 5 more down here. Okay. I would prefer to see this fair value gap on the lower half stay open. Wow, look at this. Okay, I'm done for today. I hope you enjoyed this session here, and I will talk to you again. Interesting price action here, right? And thanks for watching. I'll sign out right now.